Salutations, citizens, Jackman here, and today we are playing Deadly Premonition Origins. So, the sequel to this game comes out in a couple of months, and I thought, it's been 10 years since I played this game. I could probably sneak in a quick playthrough before the sequel comes out. Heavily edited, because there's a lot of quiet moments in this game. There's also just a lot of stuff that's just... I might do, I might not do. But if I do it, I'll cut it out because mostly the car racing stuff is just not very good. This is one of my favourite games of all time. I love this game. It is also not a very good game. And I know that sounds contradictory, but everything about this game is great except the actual game and the story. Sorry, not the story. The story's great. Everything about this game is great except the game and the graphics is what I was going to say. The gameplay and the graphics are the two things that are bad. Everything else about this game is amazing, and my kind of amazing. So maybe not your kind of amazing, but my kind of amazing. So, well, let's just jump in. You can see for yourself. So, a new game now. Hey, alright, sorry to interrupt myself. This cutscene is important, but it doesn't play when you press Start New Game. So, I was going to go without it, and then I realised, oh, actually, this introductory cutscene is actually quite important for setting up the story. So, I've gone back, and I will edit it. It will come in sequence in the edit, but I'm recording this after, whilst I'm sort of like 2 hours into the game. But this cutscene is important. And I have to try and remember what I was... I don't even remember what I was talking about when I did the introduction. But this is Deadly Premonition. Hi. This is this cutscene's weird, but it gives it sets up the entire premise of the game, and also just gives you an idea of how weird this game is. Like, this should set the tone. This cutscene, for what I remember, sets the tone reasonably. As I said, I'm recording this specific bit of after playing it for 2 hours, and yeah, I forget this game's. I forgot a lot of stuff, but this game's still so weird. Just as weird as I remember it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I hope by the time you get to the end of the second episode, you are too. And we'll continue to watch as I record the rest of this game, because it's quite long. So... oh, it's a hand and a bird. What's attached to the hand? It's a woman! It's a naked woman. And she's been cut open. Yeah. That's how this game starts. With two children staring at the naked corpse of a butchered woman. My dude's just like, oh, finally caught up. What are you looking at? I haven't looked up in the last few minutes. Oh! And then there's a snake. At this point, they're just like, what's the snake doing? That's weird. I don't actually remember what the symbolism is of the snake. I think it might just be that there's a snake there. Because... why would there not be a snake there? That's generally where snakes hang out, around corpses. Don't you know anything about snakes? Come on. So I don't know if this ends here, or if there's... we get like, I think I can't remember if it's from the trailer or this scene. I think there's like a slideshow of all of the town's inhabitants. But that might be from the trailer. It's nice to see that the murdered corpse of Anna hasn't traumatized those children too much. Oh no, we do get a montage. Good, yeah. So here's a view of the wacky characters we can hope to run into over the course of this adventure. Sad crying woman. Other sad crying woman. Sad, not crying woman. It's quite a cast of characters here. Sad, crying man. Disinterested woman. Remember all of these, they're important. Oh, is there not? We don't. Okay, that's a very small portion of the people in this game. That's there's a lot more. All right, now I'll cut back into where I would have cut out, and then you can carry on with the game. Cool. Okay, we're right in there. I can't remember exact. Oh, okay. It starts with this bit. I was trying to remember exactly how this game started, because it's weird. I will also try not to talk while the characters are talking, so you can, as best you can, follow the plot. Yes, we're right in. I've got my I can play. This is my dude. Act with A, observe with X. So I can observe. Strange clock is ticking away, though the room itself makes it feel as if time has stopped. A door shaped like a fat man. It has a plate on it, which means Washington State. So I think these are some characters. Actually, no, it's the same character and over and over again. Never mind. A dummy for hanging costumes. Give me the creeps. Somehow, though, it might be useful for jackets and such. By the way, I can't talk to these children yet. If I try, they'll tell me to go away. Francis York Morgan. I'll just add this trading card to my collection. Yes, I will. So yeah, trading cards are a thing in this game. I don't think I ever got all of them. A white screen. There we go. You have to observe everything in the room before these children were talking.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It will start soon.
It's about time to get started.
Yep, that's how this game starts. This game is very...
Zach.
Hang on.
Zach, can you hear me? It's me, York. If you can hear my voice, could you respond?
Answer.
Good. I thought you went to sleep.
No, I'm here.
Zach, don't be surprised. The crime took place out in the country this time. Let's take it slow. Okay, Zach?
And what if I decline? What then? Francis York Morgan. Yeah, this game's very heavily based on Twin Peaks.
One way of looking at it. It's totally wrong.
So if you know Twin Peaks, you might understand some of the imagery here. If you don't, there's just two children in a red room.
Listen, they both need each other. It's called interdependency, and they both know it.
So this is...
Yeah, I know.
This is
does
Francis
terrible
Morgan.
things
He
to
drives
Tom,
a sports
nasty,
car at
even
night in a
sadistic
rain.
things. But that's fine, as long as that's what Tom wants. Think of it.
On a laptop, on a
He's
phone,
always
while
asking
smoking.
for it. It's his partner's job to fulfill that need, and Jerry knows that.
He's also talking about Tom and Jerry on his
Who?
phone.
Well, in the Tom and Jerry show, they live with each other.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
So,
I can't believe the Bureau still can't get me a satellite phone.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
Well, I'll be a happy camper, even if it ends up being a waste of time. At the very least, it'll get me out of the cramped city for a while. Right, Zach?
yes.
The perpetrator from the last case really was something.
This cutscene does go on a while. Fair warning.
Crazy. Just crazy. Well, at least I now have a scar to show off. See this? I got this when I arrested the Catwoman wannabe. Women. They're crazy. Don't you agree, Zach?
I mean, you're not exactly dealing with a full deck of cards yourself, to be honest, York. So I like that York is on his phone, on his laptop, driving, but it's his lighter not working that makes him crash. Well, I mean, and the dude standing in the road, obviously. Now. Yay! The monkey chipmunks are still in. Oh. So this version when it came out had quite a lot of bugs, but I think they fixed most of them by this point with a couple of patches. So there was a few audio glitches. There were a few frame rate problems. Those have mostly been fixed. So this game should be it's not the complete version. It's a weird version because it doesn't have any of the Xbox DLC. It also doesn't have any of the... Oh, of course it works once you're standing outside in the rain. Nice. No cigarettes too soggy to light. Just his luck. But he's still going to try again. Yeah, so it doesn't have any of the DLC from the Xbox version. It also doesn't have any of the extra special edition stuff from the PS3 version. But it does have the gameplay improvements. It's a weird point in time to ask me to save, but yes, since you've offered. It doesn't have any. It has the gameplay improvements from the PS3 version. I got a steel pipe. So it tells you a lot about York's mentality, that he crashes his car through, I mean, his own fault. Like, it's entirely... Yeah, there was a dude standing in the road, but it's still entirely York's fault. He's not a safe man at all. And his initial thought is, I'm going to pick up a... I'm going to pick up a steel pipe. Right, it's... There we go. First aid kit. I think it's... There we go, that's how I run. So the stuff from the director's cut added a... Okay, I think I did that right. The director's cut adds a, where's my gun? There it is. My gun has infinite ammo, so there's not actually any reason for me to use anything else. The director's cut added a load of cutscenes with an older version of Francis York Morgan talking to his granddaughter. I think they've taken them out because at the time there was no this is a thing that York does. It doesn't make any sense when he's doing it at this moment, because... In fairness, it never made... This whole mechanic doesn't make any sense at all at any point, but it's something that York's...
welcomed. Zach, I'll let you handle the meet and greet.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Just get used to not knowing what's going on. At the time they never thought that they were going to make another game. Oh yeah, those are explosive. I thought they were just regular barrels. Might be York. So I think they took them out because the plot elements they included don't work with the... Oh no! Someone's attacking a dog! Poor dog. Who would attack a dog? The game still looks so rubbish, I love it. The extra story stuff they added in just doesn't work with the sequel, so that's why they took it out. So the DLC from the Xbox version, I don't understand why they actually took that out. But apparently on Twitter, Swery, the director of this game, just said producer decided. So I don't think he had much choice in the matter. I think the producer probably made the choice. So I got the pickles. You will see that a lot. The pickles are an important item in... doesn't look like anyone lives here. No reclusive, hairy brutes to greet us. Yeah, get used to the pickles. Yeah, so I was going to say, I'm turning this on so that I can open a door later on. York doesn't know to do that. He's just wandered into this shack and turned on a generator. But like I said, York does, even when I'm not controlling him, York does a lot of things I don't understand why he does them. So. Hello. Now, I will say, I do think this game does actually do a fairly good job of making these enemies seem really creepy. Like the fact that they lean over like that. And she screams, and she says, "Don't shoot at me." And there's another thing that she says when I kill her. Hang on. I got a mysterious shadow. Oh, well, that's my trading card collection. No, that's part of my profiling. Yeah, I know this.
Great.
So he's thrilled about that. If you couldn't hear her, she did say, "Don't kill me," over the... It's a bit distorted.
Bullseye.
And I love that York just sort of goes, "Yes, well done, excellent job. Good work, York. You're the man." Yeah, so no explanation. York doesn't bat an eyelid, just goes, "Well, I'm going to shoot that." That's York's approach to most things. Yeah, they do actually do a reasonably good job of making those things seem creepy, I think, but... Okay, so the fog path might be blocked from the rain, we should stay away from obvious danger. I mean, it's obviously not the rain, it's a big wall of weird red roots, but you know, whatever, York, you know best. Such a weird game. So I can profile here, but there's literally no point, so I never do it.
I've been through a lot of crazy situations, but that one takes the cake.
The way
It's the first time I've been attacked so directly.
Profiling stuff works,
Zach?
basically.
Can you give me a logical explanation about what that was?
Yeah, like I said,
Never
York's
mind, don't answer. Life is fun because of the mysteries. Right, Zach?
York's a shoot now, ask questions later kind of guy. Grab this lollipop. Thank you for the chopper chop. Blatantly a chopper chop. And this is where I save. It's technically me calling it in. I think I'm calling in my I don't know, my report to the FBI is the implication, but oh, the power turned back off. So the way the profiling thing works is York. York will sort of trigger the profiling thing, as you saw. I think it always goes off even if I don't actually press the button. He'll then try and sort of piece together the mystery, but he can't do it because he doesn't have any clues. So as you go along, you will pick up clues. The first of those being the dark shadow, and then he will then eventually sort of be able to piece together the mystery. Now that seems like, you know, a reasonably normal system, but the thing is that the answer that York gets has no relation whatsoever to the clues, as you will see when I pick up the other 2 clues and finish profiling. It's a nonsense. Let me get this guy up. I don't actually need to kill any of these things, but I can get Agent Honor. Stop catching on fire, York. Agent Honor is it's just a collectible that gives me money, and I can use money to buy nice things.
Amazing.
I like, again, he's just fighting these abominations that are screaming, "Don't kill me, don't shoot," and he's just going, "I'm amazing, well done, good job, headshot." It's like, yeah, nailed it. Can I not break these ones? Yeah, seems to be closer. My bullets weren't reaching. That was the thing. The other thing is as well, I played this originally. As I found out, apparently I started playing this game on Christmas Day 2010. I went back to look at the achievements I got to sort of figure out when I actually started playing this game, and that's when I got the first achievement, which is completing this section. When it came out on Xbox, it came with 3 difficulty modes: easy, normal, and hard. Pretty standard. I played the game on hard because I generally like to play games on hard. 2 things. First of all, this game didn't give you achievements based on... Didn't give you the achievements for completing... Trying to shoot that. Okay, well that was wonderful. It didn't give you achievements for completing the harder difficulties. So to get 100%, 1,000 gamer score in this game, you had to beat the game 3 times. This game, again, I love this game. It's not very good, so playing this game on hard was a chore. There are ways to make it easier, but to the point that when the director's cut came out, it generally looks really bad, Zach. I think the killer really had a grudge against it. So he's just the killer. By the way, no indication, no nothing. That's come from nowhere. But I got the machine broken by the axe as my second clue. So he should profile, but yeah, there's no point. There's literally no point doing it until I've got all 3 clues, because it just plays the same cutscene again, but each time like he fills in a few more of the blanks. But as I said, the blanks, when you see it, you will see that the blanks have nothing to do with the clues. Do you know, it looks really, really bad. I think the killer really has a grudge against it. Yeah. I guess he means the killer of the generator, and he's not just talking about the killer, but... Such a dramatic item box noise. Yes, that's what I'm trying to open. I think the fuse box goes in here. Okay. Bang! No stupid spade key for Francis York Morgan. So yeah, the difficulty in this game was so annoying, like such a detriment to actually enjoying the game, that they just took it out. There is only 1 difficulty now, which is why when I pressed new game, it didn't give me the option to choose a difficulty. They just went, "Yep, no, there's only 1 now. You just do the 1 difficulty, And I'm pretty sure it's easy mode, or it might be normal, but they improved the aiming, they improved the controls so that it's a lot easier to do. If you decide to play this for yourself for whatever reason, because it's amazing, honestly, play on easy. If you're playing the Xbox 360 version, there's no benefit to playing on hard mode at all, other than you'll get the hard achievement. Trying to get there we go. Got it. So these things do, yeah, they do run. They do have. They won't just like stumble towards me slowly forever. They will eventually take a little dash at me, but yeah, they're not much of a problem. I don't remember many of the enemies in this game being a problem, to be honest. But there is a weapon that makes them significantly more manageable.
Bullseye.
And then I got weapons, which they don't mostly just use to block my bullets.
Yes.
It doesn't really work. Hang on, that's... Nailed it. Where did you jump? More bandages. We need this much healing stuff at the moment. I will eventually. For the time being, I'm alright. Just see that dude Terminatoring out of the oh, there's a dude. He snuck up on me. I think I might have to. I have the item you dropped. Thanks. That's in the first aid kit. Well, that's fine. I'll use them eventually, I guess. I think... maybe I just don't have to go that way. Let me try going the other way instead. I know there are some areas where you have to just keep killing enemies until the room opens up. And then there are some areas where you can just leave. I think this is just an area where I can leave. And thankfully, these areas aren't super long. I don't remember any of them. I think there's one. It's the red axe guy! Oh. Sorry, I might screw some of these up just because I'm not as familiar with the Switch control layout. I do think I do get another chance to dodge, though. Yeah! No, no, no! And then he runs away. So that's the Raincoat Killer. We'll learn about him later. He's a cool dude. He doesn't afraid of much. I say that, though. He runs away a lot. Like, he is quite scared of me dodging. Which is pretty much all I do with him for most of the game, if memory serves. He just shows up, he swings his axe, I dodge, and then he goes, well, that's all I've got, bye! Some sort of red ivy. Right, so now I think it makes me profile even if I don't want to. I don't think I get a choice here. Yeah. So there we go. I've got my 3 clues, and then he puts these together. These clues, by the way, nothing to do with what I just picked up. They are just... This is stuff that happens later in the game. It's all just cutscenes from later on in the game. Like I said, it's such a weird mechanic. And it makes sense in theory. Oh, I need to put together the mystery. I need to find some clues, but then...
Definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning, the milk I poured in my coffee made a sign. It said, "Tomorrow you'll arrive in a place that will change your fate."
Yeah, so I think part of the reason why York doesn't actually react to a lot of the weird stuff that's going on in town is because he's a weirdo himself. He is I mean, he talks to a voice in his head. That should give you an indication of about where he is. Also, I noticed there's no save file. I mean, I haven't just noticed this. I just noticed I haven't mentioned it. There's no save slots. It's just one slot, which is interesting. Because there are... I now have to run the rest of the way because I have no car. So, enjoy this for a little bit. There are side quests in this game. Now, the side quests aren't that super important. There's a couple of... Well, they're important if you want 100% the game, because you get trading cards for some of the things. You also get a few super important weapons from them, including... one of the side quests gives you a radio, which lets you fast travel. And as you will see quite early on, I think, again, if memory serves, fast traveling in this game, useful to have. Yeah. I think there might be a bit of cutscene at the opening that it doesn't play.
Now you were very late.
Emily Wyatt, Greenville Deputy Sheriff.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Sorry, I crashed my car.
FBI Special Agent, Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good. Are you the sheriff?
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George, he's the sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
If you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
My car broke down, that's all.
Yeah, it broke down a cliff. Look at these graphics. Look at that water. It's just a blue texture. I love it.
She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world.
By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho.
Well, yeah, everyone else, by the way,
bad, do we, Zach?
can see him talking to himself. They just don't mention it.
I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
Okay, Frank. Oh, the music's taking a...
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
He's not as in love
Please,
with George as he is with Emily.
That's what everyone calls me.
So get used to him saying that. He says it a lot.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this with each other. You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order. You can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it. Do you need anything else?
Thanks. That'll be all. Well then, I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan.
Oh.
And we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here. You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no cavemen here. We're as far forward as the Middle Ages. And we've just met the king.
I do like how George is the typical asshole, big fish in a little pond sheriff. you know, fronting on the big bad FBI guy, but also Francis York Morgan is an asshole. He just blows cigarette smoke in their face after he meets them. It's just like, I mean, yeah, you're a jerk too, to be honest. You know, you're not I mean, yeah, he's an ass. He's a jerk. You know, intentionally calling you Morgan after you asked him to call you for York, but still. Do I get? No, I don't get paid yet. Oh no, there's my payment. Basic wage, unpaid salary. I don't know what basic wage, unpaid salary means, but it's how much money the FBI pays York. So I have $1,075, which you might think is quite a lot of money. Wait till you see how much stuff costs. Oh, I do like these. So previously
during the investigation.
These puppies are making me go to another town.
I mean, this just happened. The prologue's not that long.
You'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
But yeah, I guess he just wanted to make
George Woodman.
the game have this sort of TV show 24.
You feel it?
It was 2010, so it was around that era of sort of like Lost and 24, and it's pre-Walking Dead actually. But yeah, that kind of feeling. They got another trading card. Weirdly, it's just one of the twins, and not the other one. Don't know why we got Isaac and not the other kid. Take a donut. Yum yum, sugar donut. So this is a place called, well, I think this is based on a Twin Peaks place called the Red Room. I can't actually remember what it is. It might just be the inside of Zach's head, York's head even. Where Zach lives, I don't know. It's not super clear until the end. I think this is York's head. Oh, there's a dog.
York! York!
Hey. This is awkward.
Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
That one. Oh, the quick time events are gonna kick my ass in this game because I just don't know the Switch controller layout as well as I do some other controllers. Like, I generally just remember which button does what, but when it actually says press A, I go for the Xbox A, which is the Switch B. I don't know why they decided to do this the other way round. This is a great mechanic, by the way. I've never actually seen what happens when you fail this, because there's a lot of stuff that's just like, there's not actually any benefit to failing it. Because I think it would literally... Oh no, in fact it did ask me to save. But generally it takes you back to the last point you saved, which is more often than not friggin' ages ago. I think I can let go now. It's not coming up with a prompt anymore.
Who are you?
So I hope that answered all your queries about that scene. So this is actually one of the things that Deadly Premonition has in its favour. It is one of the few games where the character will sleep on the bed under a quilt. Like, they actually bothered to... This is something that I see all the time in video games. Characters will just lie on the bed because this is difficult to render, apparently. This is hard to actually make put a character under a sheet like this. And Deadly Premonition is one of the games that does it. And it puts him in a giant bed. Actually, is the bed giant? I wasn't paying attention. It used to be giant.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels.
But that child is what bothers me the most.
Is it really?
I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where. Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually. For now, we need coffee.
Yeah. Is the bed giant?
Let's head to the cafeteria, Zach.
Yeah, it's
I
still
hope to
pretty
have
massive.
some real coffee.
It's still a pretty
I
massive
really
hotel.
need
Like,
some
that's
coffee.
It's a
Then we can head to the sheriff's
three-person
office.
bed.
There's a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
Alright, so let's save. I'm going to save a lot because, as I said, there's no checkpoints in this game, and it does just generally chuck you back to where you were. So I can change my suits. I don't think I have... I've got 3 starting suits. I didn't actually think I had any suits. And I got agent, suit made for an elite FBI agent, perfect for working in a brand new field. Looks almost brand new, no problem. So this game has a mechanic where if you wear clothes for ages, they get dirty, and if you don't change them or get them dry cleaned, you start to smell. This game has a lot of mechanics like that, where instead of improving the core gameplay, where you just I want the character to grow a beard over time. And it's like, why? I just think it'd be cool if York got a beard over time. It's like, okay, we can put that in. Literally, when someone said to him, hey, if you had another 6 months to work on this game, what would you have done? And he said, oh, I would have put in bike riding. And I think he wanted to improve the fishing minigame. There's a fishing minigame in this game, because of course there is. I'll stick with my agent suit until it gets dirty. I don't have... Oh, I wonder what that's a screen of. Oh, that looks like sushi. Or... Oh no, that could be wood. That could be wood. That was like nori rolls. Huh. That was a fun little jaunt. It's a lower painting of a naked woman. Which he doesn't want to observe for some reason. So yeah, so if I go into the bathroom... Oh, hang on. I just have photos of berries? And a house. Some more berries and some potatoes. Good. Reflection. I think some of this stuff, because when I played this originally, it was Xbox 360, and I had a... I think I did have a HD TV at the time, but it was 720, so it was quite... I think a shower might clear your thoughts. Can I shower, or do I need to... I need to do it from the sink. So yeah, so there's a shave mechanic. There is a shower mechanic, but maybe I can't do it unless I'm dirty. I think there is a toilet mechanic as well. I think there is, but again, maybe I can't use it because I don't need it. And it's one of those mechanics where it doesn't actually do anything, although the flies are annoying. It's just one of those things that just kind of... I don't even know why they added it. I mean, I know why I added it, because Swery made this game. That's the reason why. Swery's a weirdo. You know, I love him for it. Wouldn't have it any other way. It's this way, I think. But, yeah. Swery, by the way, is the guy who did D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die, which is another I have played through on this channel, so, if you're watching this, fine clear day, a perfect day to have a walk. The weather is important for a lot of things. There are Just stealing. Got an egg. It's important. This is quest important, this egg. It's not. I think I can check it every day for food though. Yeah, so if you watch D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die and you thought, man, that was weird. Yeah. This is so just the thing with D4, well, I'm in a bit where I'm not talking to anyone at the moment. D4 Dark Dreams. So that was supposed to have an episode 2, obviously, and it got cancelled because it was funded by Microsoft. It was an Xbox One exclusive originally, for the Kinect even. Although I didn't play it on the Kinect. And it just didn't sell well enough, and Microsoft didn't fund a second one. It's where he doesn't own the rights to it, so we can't continue it. But I think he might own some of the rights now, because the trailer for Deadly Premonition 2 shows York in a what is blatantly the apartment from D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. So it's either a reference. Oh, okay, so I stayed in the same hotel as my favourite cartoon director. There's lots of little bit of flavour text like that. Rooms along the corridor with paintings along each corridor with expert. Polly lives in the suite. A dining room in the centre with a view of the lake. You can also go out into the patio. There's a boathouse by the lake, so it's a floor plan of the hotel. Looks like you can fish in the lake too. Yeah, I told you that was a fishing minigame. Yeah, it shows York in an apartment which is blatantly David's apartment from D4. So people, myself included, now think that he's going to try and maybe close off some of the D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die mysteries in Deadly Premonition 2. So I'm going to play Deadly Premonition 2 for the channel. So we'll find out together. So as I said, yeah, you'd think $1,000 would be quite a lot of money, but your lollipops are $24.45 in the Deadly Premonition world. It's quite an expensive world to live in. Yeah, $31.50 for a coffee. I mean, that's more reasonable. I think that's probably about where your coffee is in America now. Oh yeah, I do actually have a food and sleepiness bars, and I think I do pass out if I let the sleepy bar hit 0, and I get picked up by a cop or something happens. I can't remember. It might happen at some point. I don't have anything else to spend money on really, and I can't remember if there's any reason. I won't pick anything up until I actually need it. Let's go and do. This is probably the most iconic cutscene from at least the early part of the game. This is the one that people.
Good morning, Mr.
If you've
Warren.
heard anything
Your
about Deadly
breakfast is ready
Premonition, you
for
know
you.
this cutscene. This is Polly. She's cool.
Thank you, Mrs.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
By the way, as York's only just meeting Polly. She's the only one who works in this hotel, so I don't know how he checked in without
Is
meeting her
everything
before.
all right, Mr. Morgan?
Look at this table.
Yes, it's delicious, Polly. My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if there were any other guests or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been working here alone since then. Must be hard by yourself.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose. I could just live on my pension. But I have to admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little
little too old for you.
And I still love my departed husband. May God rest his soul. I appreciate the invitation, but I'm fine over here.
Polly, I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space. Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel honored.
If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'll help you out in any way I can.
Zach, the lady is offering to help. Do you want to ask her about the town?
Say, Polly, what can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see. You might know this already, but the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded with nature. It was a big and prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than 1/10 of them left now. This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories from back then. I suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
The clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings in the morning and at night to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound. And you'll love it too, I think.
I look forward to hearing it then.
Anything else you'd like to know about?
Yes, actually, Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town, after all. You can do most of your shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them. The A&G Diner is a great place to eat. They might be open even if my kitchen is closed. If you want to go to a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65. I don't care much for either of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
I love that a small town is like, you've got an art gallery, two
Well,
bars, a
Mr. Morgan,
gunsmith.
I'd better start
Essentials.
cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand. I'll be right back with it.
Right, so this is the bit. That bit was great, but this is the bit.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Now then, let's get going.
That bit. FK and the coffee plus York's dumb grin after he mentions it. So yeah, that's I'll generally try and keep quiet during the cutscenes because well, apart from anything else, the audio balancing in this game is terrible. So you might have noticed the music got quite loud. Oh, that's awful. The music got quite loud during the middle of that. I've actually changed the audio settings from the default. So the default is at 100. I've changed the music down to 50. Now, can you imagine how loud that music would have been during that cutscene if I just left it as the default? Yeah, the audio mixing in this game is terrible. I actually Googled... Look, me and Polly, the only people here. Look how much food she's made. She's and this hotel is massive. Like, you saw the size of the corridor when I was running down. This place... Look at this! How has she made this much food? There's to serve buffet style. Nothing noteworthy on the menus, but with a hotel this big, I'm not worried about the quality of the food, but I'll look for junk food any day. Right, Zach? I can have some coffee. Sadly, you can't look at your coffee. Unexpected trouble is coming your way. Lucky item, lighter.
There's always trouble heading my way in this job. But I'm always up for a little excitement, too.
No, I won't do it again. Just let that timer run out and we can leave. There we go. I think I can do that one. I think I can get a fortune once a chapter. I can't remember. So, talk to Polly here.
Oh,
Now.
hi.
Yeah, you think you found at the front desk? I sell daily goods to guests. I don't have much, but they may help. So you're the sales girl too, aren't you? Yes, that's right. Coffee comes as a set with a breakfast. Don't worry, the service here is just as good as any fancy city hotel. Great, thank you. Alright then, did you want something? Very well, just a moment. Let's see what you got. So cigarettes, yeah, so when you want time to pass, you smoke. And that speeds up the timer, which is important when you're doing side quests, because there are some side quests you have to wait for a specific time of day. Now, I have a... I suppose I should get the fishing rod. I have a guide for side quests. Fortunately, I don't have to worry it until about chapter 2, when the side quests open up, but I will look at the guide then to see which ones I need to do. So I will do fishing probably once, just so that you can see. That's $119.34 for a fish, for a worm. That's almost as much as the fishing rod. I just noticed that. Like, a worm costs me more than a block of cheddar cheese. In what world does worms cost more than cheese? Greenvale's a weird place. If I just... Yeah, I don't know why. I think talk means she's got something else to say.
Hi.
Doesn't your line of work make you tired? Please at least try to relax when you're back here. Eat and rest up. Yes. So if it's yellow, it means they've got something unique to say. But when it stops being yellow, they've run out of unique dialogue. That is a feature that I think all games that like this, where you have to talk to people multiple times, should have. That was part 1 of chapter 1. So can I get paid again? Okay. I don't... Yeah. Okay. Fine. Use it with a fishing rod to go fishing. I don't think I can do fishing yet, because I think I get whisked away to go and do a thing. But I can, in doing so... Lovely purple turkey. In doing so, show you why fast travel is so vital in this game.
A police car. So we have King George to thank for preparing a car for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach? Let's take it for a spin.
So I can... So the police station's only open from 9 until 5. If I don't go to the police station before 5,
I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me.
George does tell me off next time when I do eventually
front
go.
hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values. Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
So, driving. You'll notice there's even a button for wipers on and off, and signal left and right, which is, again, just one of those extra little mechanics that didn't need to be there, but are there. They are actually quite useful if you play in first person, because when it rains, if you don't turn your wipers on, you can't see anything. Otherwise, completely functionless. Where's accelerate? Okay, it's R to accelerate. And boost, of course, as all cars do. I suppose boost is just accelerate harder, but... Oh, my master key. So it's called the master key because I can use that with... how do I change... Oh yeah, this is the pause screen. So it takes you into like a little version of the room, and I can check my items and stuff. So this is the map. Don't know if... No, this is as zoomed out as it gets. This map... So later on I have to go... No, that's the one that takes me out of town. This map rotates as well, which is really irritating, depending on which way I'm facing. That was where I came in, so that was the bridge they picked me up. These fish are fishing spots I can go to. The fishing minigame is quite involved. You can also, the map is quite good because it does actually tell you where people are. At the moment, it's just a suspect. When I meet people, it'll actually tell me where they are in town. Also tells me where I can get trading cards at the moment. And do races, and go to telephones. Yeah, this town's quite big. I can get a car later on. Yeah, so I need to come drive out here in a second. I think it's... That's Becky's house. I don't need to go there for a little while. Weirdly, I know it's Becky's house, but I don't know that it's Becky that's there. Oh no, this is the museum. But you can see, I mean, like, these places are miles away, so being able to sort of fast travel to some of these areas is useful. I think I have to drive there the first time though. Oh, and I can see my trading card book. The main character, known for a surreal demeanor, he talks with his dual personality named Zach during investigations. Profile. Oh, that just gives me the thing, and this is the options. I just want to check and see what the... How do I... No, I was trying to... I came in here originally because I was trying to look for the button that lets you change camera angle. I guess I'll just... Also, using my alarm for some reason... Oh, because it's my boost. It makes York's heartbeat go up. There's the wipers. I turn that off, and I'm indicating right. It's... Weird that I have to indicate the other way to turn them off. And my headlights... Let's get out of the car. That's not what I want to do. I do want to drive,
Dak,
but I want
is
to go...
there something here that you want to check out?
We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file at the sheriff's office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you.
Anna Graham, by the way, is the lady that I'm here who got murdered. In the scene that didn't play for some reason, I think it's at the start. I might just edit it in. I don't know, because that'd be weird, because it'd just be... Whatever. There we go, it's X. She's the girl who got murdered, and it's the reason I've come here. We'll see her in a second anyway, so don't worry too much about her.
So, Zach, about those bonus features in
this
DVDs
is hard to control.
nowadays. You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material.
Yep, so
Even
this
if
is
they
the
do,
driving.
Trailer and the visual
You do get a
quality
better
is pretty
controller
bad.
card later on,
Well,
but
that visual quality is a good
this is
reminder
not one
those
of them.
days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from back then. I remember renting some really bad ones after reading those back cover taglines. Hey, remember? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Quality film.
Filmed in 1978. Produced, directed, written, and edited by John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it. I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together. I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
So that's my look behind me burn and my horn, by the way. Just... Okay. So yeah, York will talk to Zach about movies a lot of the time I'm driving. So when he does that, I won't cut out the driving. Otherwise, I will, because the driving, as you've seen, it's not great. Also, there's a lot of it. There is a lot of time when it's just quiet, and when you're driving
It's one
somewhere.
fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
This is the Greenvale Sheriff Station. We come here quite a lot. I grabbed the owl. Haha! You can't tell me what to do, game. Tell me to push the owl, I grabbed it. Oh, it can tell me what to do. Okay, I guess I'll use my psychic powers to push the owl. This is the jerk way to use your telekinesis. Look at telekinesis, I'm going to use it to upset birds.